What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy with Trading Decoded. It is May 16th, 2000. Oh my God, I'm having a stroke. 2025. This is going to be the shortest video that I ever made, probably on my channel, because, well, there's not a whole lot to talk about. First of all, buy my book, like the video, subscribe to my channel, join my Discord. And we're going to talk about the one trade that I felt comfortable enough to take today. And yeah, and then you'll see that the chart wasn't the greatest, or one that we can have a lot of confidence in, which ultimately led us to being more on the cautious side for many of us than the aggressive side. So, and if you didn't know, today was the largest dollar amount worth of options expiring in history. So it was a pretty crazy day, but just we'll see. With that said, as we always do, we have a call put scenario, which was the best feeling trade of the day. Although 2 minutes before pre-market, we started to get on a little bit of alert that things were off. So we did suggest maybe if you're not an aggressive type trader, it'd be wise to be a little bit more conservative. But I said I'm going to choose violence today. So if we cross the call line, I'll take calls. If we cross the put line, I'll take puts. Our put line was a move below 520.25. We were hoping to at least get to 519.79. Not a huge move, but a 40-cent move nonetheless. If we got through that, then we were aiming for the orange dotted line down here, which we got. Now, I didn't take my profits there because ADD was dropping more. I kind of wanted to get a little bit more out of it. I was hoping that we were going to go down through this support and head down to the next support, which ultimately, after I stopped out of the trade, it ended up doing. Some people held on to it this whole time. But nonetheless, we never crossed the call line, so we crossed the put line. SPY was getting through the pink line and ADD was drilling down. That's about as good a setup as you can ask for. Just as long as you're willing to accept where it might stop as your profit target. For us, it was this line down here. Again, I tried to hold on for a little bit more because ADD had me convinced that we might get down there. And we did, just not at the time that I wanted to. When we were struggling to move lower, I put a mechanical stop in. Ended up getting stopped out of this trade right here. Wasn't a big one. Cleared my daily goal. And again, I should probably keep my TradeZilla up so I could see what the percentage is. If I had to guess, I would say it's somewhere in the 9 to 10% return on that trade. Felt good at the time. We were hoping for a nice, good chart today, but very quickly found out that we were going to get anything but. The problem is, and again, let me preface this by saying, guys, for my particular strategy, this chart was garbage. You may have a strategy that thrives in a market like this. We were witnessing, first of all, a very, very tight range, all things considered. Volatility was dropping, which is making the moves that would normally pay us decently not pay at all. But the thing is, and this is what's really difficult. Oh, by the way, before we get too deep into this and you tune out, tomorrow's Let's Talk About It session is going to be titled The Real Cost of Going on Tilt. So if you're interested in hearing about how to spot it, why it happens, and how to deal with it, join me tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern here live on YouTube. With that said, Qs got into a pretty tight range. The reason this red box is here is because I was trying to show people that's a 50-cent space right there. And we spent the majority of the day in that space for the first hour of trading. That's not typically good. Yes, we did break below it. Yes, we got above it, but the majority of our time was spent in there, and there is nothing clean in there. Now, after seeing things like this for long enough, this is the case for me, I start to lose all confidence in the chart whatsoever. So as I see more of this mess, my desire to continue to trade or take a trade dwindles. It doesn't necessarily make it the right thing. I can't help it. It's just the way I personally feel. And when I poll and ask the people in our community, they tend to have the same feelings that I do. Okay. You will only look at a bad chart for long enough and come to 1 to 2 conclusions. Either you're going to accept that today just might not be a chart worth trading, Or you're going to say, I have to take a trade every day because I'm a degenerate gambler, addict, which I'm agreeing. I'm addicted to trading too. Okay, so this just don't get your panties in a bunch. But the fact of the matter is, I spent more time today trying to help people stay out of trouble than trying to find a reason to get into trouble. There's not going to be any other trade talks in this video other than the call put scenario. We got the put scenario, it paid, and by the time we got to here, most of the people that took their trades and made money were very much happy to be done for the day. But that brought us down to this section here. So again, once I saw all this, I had no confidence that, hey, if we break this support, we'll have room to go down to the next support. ADD's printing red. In fact, I said under normal circumstances, which today is not, as far as I'm concerned, we'd be hoping for a close below this support so we can make it down to the next support. Now that worked, but I also said I wouldn't play it. If I didn't take the trade I took, it would have been a blue book day for me. So you have to be able to recognize when something's off. You can, if you have the patience, which most people don't, to wait for the chart to pick a direction and start to show signs of normal, great. You wait, you take the trade. Most people that I know don't have that patience, and they don't have the discipline to wait for the right setups. And then when they do take what is the right setup and they see that the contracts are not paying, you're not making any money, well, that becomes a reason you start to bend your rules and or break them. So today for me was not a great charting day, a trading day. I mean, I made money. A lot of us made money. We had a lot of over trading today that produced negative effects, as it often does. We had a lot of people take trades because they forced them. We had a lot of people take trades just because, whatever the reason is, But the key point here is that if you see something that meets your criteria and you feel good about it, you take the trade. Today, the chart gave me one opportunity that I felt good about. Then I watched about 20 minutes of that consolidated choppy mess, and I lost all interest in the charts for the rest of the day. So today, for my community members, I'm sorry. For some of you who didn't take any trades today, I hope I saved you some money. For those of you who were able to take trades that you found on your own, congratulations. It's very difficult for me to get on a microphone and force myself to pretend like I feel comfortable taking these trades. Guys, remember, I don't talk about trades that I wouldn't take myself. Okay? I don't think that's fair. It's hypocritical. And, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So when I don't like the chart, you're going to know it. And I'm going to be way less aggressive on my trade suggestions or things that I would be interested in taking. With that said, we're going to wrap it up. Hope you found some useful information in this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to join our Discord community, well, I'd love to have you. First week is completely free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just join the Discord server. That's it. You're not going to get charged a single penny. You don't have to take your wallet out to get the free week. Also, please buy my book. And guys, if you do buy my book, because there's been, I think, 700 of them sold, there's only 45 reviews on Amazon. Could you do me a solid, please, and leave a review? It doesn't have to be 5 stars like all the other ones are. If you didn't like it, put that on there. But if you did, please give me a shout out if you don't mind. It really helps when it comes to Amazon, suggesting it to other people. And with that said, if you are awake tomorrow morning at 9:30, please join me. I'd love to see your faces. I'd love to get some questions from you if you have any about going on tilt, something that every trader has to deal with at some point in their life. Some people deal with it way more often than they should, but that's what we're talking about tomorrow. So hope you all had a fantastic week. I hope you had a great day. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Till Monday, I love you guys. See you.